All right, by now you've seen the viral challenge videos. You've seen everything the squad is doing. They're perfectly set up. Everything looks fun and light and airy. And now we are doing teenage crush videos.
Yeah.
Apparently that's all the rage. But behind the scenes of YouTube's most famous group of influencers, things were getting a whole lot darker. So at this point, parents are starting to worry. Kids are being shipped together for views. We'll explain that to you if you're old like us and don't get it. And they're being pushed into situations that no kid should ever be pushed into, much less by their own parent.
Yes.
And they're being sexualized for clicks.
Yes.
And they're very young.
Very young.
It is not good, and Tiffany Smith is still at the center of it all, Piper Raquel's mom, and she's crossing lines that parents absolutely should not be crossing. So this is the next chapter of Bad Influence, the Dark Side of Kidfluencing, where what looks like harmless crush content is actually something far more disturbing.
This whole series so far has not been what I expected it to be. But before we get into it, make sure you like and subscribe so that you do not miss a video. Hit the notifications because we put these out every week. Yep. And when we're doing a series, you don't want to miss one, you know?
You need to know all of it.
You need the beginning, the middle, and the end. Mm-hmm. And this is the middle.
Yeah. Also, I forgot to say thank you, Beth, for writing this one up.
Oh, yeah, thanks,
And
girl.
also forgot to say thank you, Olivia, for writing the last one up. They took the notes on these, and I'm so sorry. And thank you so much.
We're the worst. Please don't leave us. We love you. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so at the end of the last episode, we heard from Reagan Beast, who was on a live stream, and Tiffany just decided to make out with him because she was drunk on a live stream.
Okay.
With a minor child.
She really gets in there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, big time gets
Twice.
in there. And what's interesting is when she goes in and really starts first of all, you can tell he is completely shocked, has no idea this is coming.
Yeah.
Somebody, I didn't realize who it was at first, pulls her by the face
it's
off.
Piper.
It's Piper.
Yeah.
Her young minor child.
Yeah.
Is like, what is happening here? No, that can't happen.
Yeah.
And then she goes back and does it again anyway.
Yeah. She goes back 4 seconds.
He said he immediately ended the live stream. He was like, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And he thought that he was going to wake up in the morning and she was going to be in trouble. And because he's 17 at the time and she's a grown up, and he thought Piper's career was going to be over and his career was going to be over and Tiffany was going to go to jail and all this stuff. And he's like, I wake up the next morning and it's gone.
Yeah. And he was like, if someone can erase that from the internet that quickly, because this is overnight, imagine what else they can get away with.
I don't understand how she did.
I don't either. I thought the internet was forever.
That's what I thought.
Okay. So then we're back talking about how Tiffany was able to build this brand and basically use this momentum to launch the squad, and how she was so strategic and so brilliant in the way that she did it. So the guy who's talking to us about this part is a content strategist, and he's like, she nailed it.
Yeah, like Patience, her sister, was like, she was just copycatting other people.
Yeah.
Like, that's all she was doing. And what was really resonating at that time were crush videos.
Yeah.
Like Sawyer is introducing a video and he's like, today's really exciting because me and whoever his ship, whatever was.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Might get to kiss.
Yeah.
And it's like.
But they're telling you behind the scenes, they were like, we didn't want to kiss each other.
We
didn't like each other.
Yeah.
Like, we were friends, but like.
Yeah, it was so weird.
It was awkward and it was weird.
They kept,
and like, Hunter is there with the lighting and the camera, and he's like, do it this way, do it again. Like.
I have heard the term shipping many times. So then Sawyer's mom said Tiffany decided that this is so, I hate saying these words, said that she was going to ship Sawyer and Indy, which then became Cindy.
Yeah, that was their ship name.
Indy.
Yeah.
So what would me and Andrew, because sometimes I call him Andy, would be Tandy? That's fun.
Oh, yeah. Me and Sean would be Shakita.
You'd have to be Shakita.
Yeah.
There's no other.
It's the only way that works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Non. We could be non.
No. And one of the moms says,
For likes.
I thought it was weird. I didn't think it was appropriate. She's like, but I mean, they were right. If the video had the word crush in it, the views skyrocketed.
Yeah.
It's really disturbing.
And again, it's being set up by adults.
Mm-hmm.
Well, an adult. A person who is of adult age.
Correct. But remember, Tiffany really likes Gavin.
Yeah.
And so she would make really weird, they said, inside jokes towards him. She would just say really weird stuff. He continued to get more and more uncomfortable.
If you have a weird fascination with this young child and now you're setting him up with your dog, like it's like a very weird, like,
super weird,
living vicariously through your children. That, like, it, I don't.
But in a sexual way.
Yeah. It's gross
Ew.
and weird and, like,
Ew.
I don't know.
Ew.
So things continue to kind of spiral from there, right?
Gavin's not in the squad anymore. He
Yeah.
makes a video and he's like, nobody broke up with anybody. Like,
Yeah.
No, I didn't break up with Piper. She didn't break up with me. My parents pulled me out of a toxic environment and I'm glad they did. And after that, nobody talked about Gavin anymore. He dropped off the face of the earth to them. They were like, he's dead to us. Nobody can talk to him anymore.
But don't worry, we've got a replacement.
Yep.
His name is Walker.
Yep.
And his mom is Jen Bryant, and she says that Walker started off by booking commercials, doing short films, and he had been doing episodes on TV and things like that. So at some point, she gets a DM on Instagram from Piper's account. It says, we're looking for a kid to film with us, and asked if Walker had any interest in doing YouTube. Please keep in mind that Piper is huge. And it was important for the views on YouTube that Piper has a ship, so that's what we're doing. Sophie's ship was Jophie, and that was for Jensen and Sophie. And she says that they did like each other at a certain point, so the crush ship became real for them. But it didn't start off as an audition.
Yeah,
which was, again,
so weird. Yeah.
So we meet Jonna. Is that her name?
Yeah.
That's Jensen's mom. She says that Jensen joined the squad in July of 2019. She says the first videos that they were in together were fine. Nothing alarming was going on, and the fans loved it. But then the content escalated and was beginning to be inappropriate.
Okay, this is so weird. Sophie tells us that Tiffany would direct them to pose in certain ways. She wanted them to get more sexual. She would, she's like, they're wanting us to kiss, and then they're saying, well, when are you guys going to do more than kiss?
Yeah.
Excuse you, are you going to be in the room for it?
She probably wanted to be with her camera.
With her camera.
Yeah, it was a lot.
My flappers were casted.
100%.
So Heather said her friend was doing the thumbnails for them at that time. Mm-hmm. And she would get, or he, I don't remember who she said. The person that was doing the thumbnails would get notes back from Tiffany and is like, make the girls' boobs bigger, make their butts look bigger, make their waist look smaller, make them look like they have more like cleavage or whatever. And you can
make
see
the guys
it.
Look like they had more muscles.
Oh yeah, add
one
like
of the
abs.
Thumbnails. Yeah, one of the thumbnails, like I think it was Sawyer. And he looked like he was shirtless in the thumbnail, but he looked like he had almost like a Brad Pitt torso with like it looked
like
ridiculous.
a 35-year-old man.
It was insane.
It looked like Brad Pitt from the movie Troy.
Oh my God, yes. And you were like, I saw that thumbnail pop up and I was like,
yeah,
what
but
in
then
the world?
The girls would be kind of like and bent over or whatever. They looked like they had BBLs. They look.
It was not
13-year-old girl.
Appropriate.
This is what's so disturbing is she's a grown-up, so she knows what kind of people are going to gravitate toward that, and she knows what they're going to do with that.
And listen, we're going to talk about that because, oh my God.
That's disgusting. That is disgusting.
Okay, so there's a video that Ashley, who is Tiffany's sister-in-law, talks about that they saw a video of Piper right after her 10th birthday, and she's like standing on their front porch, and there's all these boxes around her, right?
Mm-hmm. Which I assumed were from a multitude of fans. She's huge.
Okay,
so
I thought either multitude of fans or like some sort of brand deal.
Yeah.
Mattel knew it was her birthday, so they sent her like all the new Barbie stuff, like something like that. Like I did not think it was going to be as nefarious as it in fact turns out to be, right?
Oh my.
So she's opening these gifts, she's seeing all the stuff. There's like a pink flamingo, and there's stuffed animals, and there's squishies, and like all the stuff, right? And it turns out all of this comes from this person named Megan, who is a fan.
Okay.
So then we hear Sophie say that she never saw what Megan looked like, and she thought Megan was a girl for a while until she found out Megan was an older man. And Tiffany told Heather that the man liked pictures of Piper and that he was her stalker. And she was like, that's Piper's stalker. He just likes pictures of her. And she also says that he would get her stuff if she, like, Megan will get you stuff too if you send him pictures of Sophie. And she's like, nothing crazy, just like extra pictures from photo shoots or like whatever. And she laughs and calls Megan a pervert. Like she's making jokes about this.
Yeah, like Sophie's mom is like, she knew he was a pervert. And she's willingly sending photos of her underage daughter to this man in exchange for physical goods.
Gucci bag.
That she could afford.
She got a Gucci
problem.
Bag. Yeah.
You don't need Megan to buy you Gucci bags. You're making $500K a month. It's disgusting.
And
this is bad.
Brace yourselves. Big fat trigger warning.
If you have a gag reflex, it's about to happen.
Uh-huh.
So Stevie, Corinne's mom, says Corinne comes home one day and says, "Why do old men like to smell underwear?" Again, she is, 12, 13?
Yeah. She might be 13 or 14 at this point.
Why do old men like to smell underwear? Mm-hmm. I was in my 30s before I learned that. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I didn't grow up in the internet, like it is today. But I didn't know that was a thing until
me neither.
Fairly recently.
Yeah.
And her mom is like, "Where did you get
What do you mean?
that? Like, what is going on?" Apparently, they had been, I don't know, hanging out, filming together, whatever. Mm-hmm. Piper had other stuff going on. Tiffany's running around. And then Tiffany has to run to the post office to mail some stuff or whatever. And she's like, "Oh, like, what are you doing?" And she had a bag that had Piper's underwear in it. And so Corinne was like, "Well, what are you doing? Like, why do you have her underwear in a bag?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, well, old men like to smell them." And she was like, I was so confused. I was like, what are you even talking about? And when I guess Stevie confronted her about it, she was like, "Stop being so dramatic."
Yeah.
Dramatic?
Yeah.
You're sending an old creep her
who
underwear
is an old creep,
and who is going to
do nefarious
sniff
things.
Her underwear and do weird stuff. That is disgusting. What is keeping that man from just taking her?
Nothing.
During COVID, Sophie ends up hitting 1 million on YouTube, and then another kid, Connor, joins the squad. And then during this time, Claire and Reese and Patience and Ashley had moved from Georgia to Vegas.
Yep.
And then that's when they start, I guess they join the squad at that point,
officially,
basically. Yeah, they start being like more active in it. Mm-hmm. And then like the prank videos really took a turn.
Oh my God.
They were, so Sawyer's like, the prank videos are kind of fun, like if you weren't being pranked. These are like Bam Margera level, like, like these
God.
These are like traumatizing these kids pranks. So like,
yes,
there was one where, was it Piper pretended to break her leg?
Yeah, Piper pretends to break her leg and pass out.
Mm-hmm. And she passes out.
And they're on a hike.
They're on a hike. She collapses. They call an ambulance. Like, an ambulance shows up.
Yeah.
He thinks she's had, like, a heat stroke or something and that she's broken her leg. Some of the kids are crying. He's freaking out.
He's crying in the ambulance because he's sitting with her in the ambulance and he's crying. And
then whoever, I don't know, is it Hunter that's behind the camera?
Yeah.
He's like, "All right, Sawyer, so when do we tell everybody this is just a prank?" And Sawyer's like,
"What?" Yeah. Well, Jensen's mom, and Walker's mom, they start talking about how they're not okay with what's going on, and they kind of like band together, right? And so they decide that they're going to leave, but they're going to leave together because they're like, if we go together, it'll be less bad. Like we won't be singled out, right? So they decide basically that group mentality, if it's both of us, it won't be bad for either of us.
Yeah, because they can't then go and issue this like hate campaign against both of us and say we both are doing something wrong. Like obviously, like maybe they'll just leave us alone kind of thing.
But that's not how it plays out.
No.
Tiffany yells and screams about all that she's done for Jensen and like, we made you basically, and like you'd be nothing without us and blah, 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 whatever. They decide that they're going to go and they get Jensen's dad.
Yeah.
His name is Nelson. So Jen and Jonna decide we're going to have Nelson speak to Tiffany for us.
Yeah.
Because he's objective from this. He doesn't know her. We're very emotional. We're in it. He will be a much better communicator. We're going to have him basically be our spokesperson for this, right? So Nelson goes in to talk to Tiffany. He's going to break it off. They're going to get away. It's going to be a clean break, whatever, right? Well, Tiffany gets in his ear and within a couple of days has changed Nelson's mind. So John has told him all the awful things that are going on. Tiffany gets to him a couple days later. He says Jensen can stay in the squad and work with her still. And then we get to April of 2020. And so Sophie says that they had gotten word that CPS was coming to the house. So Tiffany pulls Sophie and Piper aside and she basically is like, Sophie, do you want your best friend's mom to have to go to jail? And Sophie's like, of course not, because she's, again, 12 or 13 at this time. She's scared to death. She doesn't know what's going on, right? And Tiffany's like, then you guys have to tell them that I'm doing everything correctly, that I'm so nice, that I'm perfect, that nothing's wrong, everything's going well, everything's normal, right? So CPS comes and Sophie tells them everything that you're saying. That's not true. Everything's great here. Everything's great here. And they leave because the kids told them nothing was wrong, basically.
This is what I don't understand. Why is there not more training around that? Because, of course, a child who is in an abusive situation is going to say, no, I'm not in an abusive situation.
Right.
And their parent is right there. Or you're going to, even if their parent isn't in the same room, you're going to release them to that parent.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and also there's the fear of, especially for Piper, and I'm assuming for Sophie because we don't hear anything about her dad, is if my mom goes to jail, what happens to me? I don't have anywhere to go. I can't live here by myself.
And Tiffany played that up.
Oh,
you
100%
know
she did.
And then one day, Sophie's phone gets stolen mysteriously.
Yeah.
I wonder who stole it.
Yeah.
Because then Tiffany gets her a new account and she read all of her texts somehow from her old phone. And there's a text that says, I wish we could adopt Piper and leave. And that was from Sophie to her mom, Heather. And Heather replied, me too, kid. And so when Tiffany read that, she came out screaming. Sophie finally lost it. She blew up at her. And Sophie was put on punishment and wasn't allowed to film for 2 weeks until she apologized to Tiffany.
Insane.
And then Sophie could only stay in the squad if Heather gave up her parental rights to Tiffany.
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. So they left. And so they leave. Everybody's forced to cut off contact with them. Sophie had a boyfriend, Jensen.
Yep.
She's never talked to him again. And Claire said her breaking point was the first time she stood up to Tiffany and she saw how Tiffany handled it. So she said, she just knew she couldn't take it anymore. And then Tiffany screamed at Claire. So I guess Claire had done something to protect Eliana, which was Jensen's new ship girl, I think.
Yeah, so that was Sophie's replacement.
Yeah, Sophie's replacement. And I don't know what it was. I don't know what happened. I don't know what she was protecting her from. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But she did something. And then you hear audio of Tiffany calling them like, you're just a disrespectful little bitch and like all this stuff. Yep. And like Claire was like, after my mom saw that, she was like, nobody's going to talk to my kid that way. And we left.
Why did you not go over there as a sister and just beat her ass.
I wish somebody would
How
think they
dare
could talk
you
to my child like that in front of me. I will take my earrings off. I'll take this wig off.
As you should. She was probably just like, this isn't worth it. I know where this is going to go. I've been through this with her before.
Yeah.
But
I was right the first time.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be right, but I was right.
Ashley says, like, Claire used to be a very normal kid, right? Like, she would talk to us and she would argue with us and she would do normal kid stuff. And then after they left, like, she doesn't talk anymore. They're like, she basically went mute.
This is where Jonna says that she couldn't protect Jensen from the squad, so she tried to file for divorce to protect him so she could get sole custody and keep him out of the squad.
Yep.
And Tiffany was telling him to emancipate.
What have these people done to you to reach this level of just, I'm going after you no matter what, right? Like, I am petty. I love to be petty. Nothing makes me happier in my heart. At this level, this is a lot of work.
To hold such a grudge.
To hold so many grudges, too.
And that you're going to ruin their entire lives. Yeah. Their livelihoods.
Yes.
The lives of young children.
Yeah.
Because they pissed you off one day.
And it's the casualties that are going to come out of this fallout are their children, first of all. And it's a large number of adults who literally have not done anything to you other than say, your behavior is inappropriate. This is not okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to pull my child out of this environment that I don't think is right for them. Yeah. You had a boundary, and she went scorched earth.
Insane. It's crazy.
That there are undiagnosed mental illnesses at play.
Oh, 100%.
Like, beat me up, slap me, kick me, do whatever.
Why?
No, you never do that.
And then it ends, and we get some more on-screen text that just, again, says Tiffany Smith, Hunter Hill, and Piper Raquel via their attorney declined to be interviewed or provide comment for the series. Tiffany Smith has publicly denied the accounts of the former squad members and their parents. Gavin and Magnus declined to be interviewed for the series. Jensen Ramirez and his father declined to be interviewed for the series. And if someone you know has experienced sexual abuse, information and resources are available at www.wannatalkaboutit.com.
And we are going to find out in the next episode the wrath of Tiffany, what it entails.
I can only imagine.
I mean, if this is what she does just for like, this is the beginning stage of her wrath.
Yeah.
We haven't even got there.
And these are minor offenses. These are over very minor offenses.
It's rough stuff. So come back next week for the final part of Bad Influence.
So this is your reminder to like the video.
Yes.
Subscribe to the channel so we don't have to pay the bots, please.
Please.
And hit the bell so you get the notification when part 3 comes out because you're going to want to hear it too.
Absolutely. And we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.